All right, let's get right into this. Today, we're not just looking at some research paper. Nope. We're actually breaking down the instructions for making one. We're going to unpack this surprisingly strict set of university guidelines to figure out the hidden philosophy behind it all. It's a really cool look at the why behind the what.
And we're starting with a rule that honestly feels like it's from another era. Reports must be handwritten. That's right, no spell check, no copy-paste. Just you, a pen, and a blank sheet of paper. This one sentence, well, it's our doorway into a whole different way of thinking.
So this brings us to the big question we're digging into. I mean, in a world where we have keyboards and spell check and everything is digital, why on earth would a modern university tell you to start with a pen? What's the real lesson here? Beyond the actual class material? Let's find out.
So our investigation starts with the physical object itself, the actual craft. We're talking about building this analog document with just deliberate care. This isn't just about jotting down notes. It's about constructing something from scratch, following a very, very specific blueprint.
And wow, this slide really lays out that blueprint, and it's wild how every single detail is controlled. It's not just what you write, but how you physically present it. Single-sided A4 paper, blue or black ink only, no exceptions. And get this, your ID and page number handwritten on every single page. Talk about taking ownership of your work, right? It all gets topped off with a specific printed cover page. This whole thing, it's not just a report, it's a meticulously constructed artifact.
Okay, this right here really gets to the heart of the whole philosophy. On the left, you've got the thumbs up, a hand-drawn graph. On the right, the big X, a software-generated chart. The message couldn't be clearer. There are no shortcuts. You have to sit down and meticulously draw out your data on specific graph paper. This forces you to engage with the data in a physical way that, let's be honest, just clicking Generate Chart can never, ever replicate.
And then there's this. 1. Just 1. That is the maximum number of pages you get for your entire discussion section. This is so not about writing a ton. It's about being brutally efficient with your words. It forces you to boil down everything you've learned, your results, your mistakes, to its absolute essence. Every single word has to earn its place on that page.
So after all that painstaking manual labor, you'd think you're done, right? Not even close. Now you have to cross the digital bridge. You've got to translate your physical work into a perfect pixel-for-pixel copy. And trust me, the rules are just as precise over here.
I just love this little detail. The guidelines don't just say, hey, scan your report. They actually give you photography tips. Use sunlight instead of artificial lighting. It's such a small thing, but it says so much. The quality of your digital copy is every bit as important as the physical one. Your handwritten report needs to be ready for its close-up.
And then there's the file naming convention. Now, this might seem tiny, but imagine this. One wrong character, one extra space, and your masterpiece could just get lost in the system. It is yet another test of your attention to detail, and the stakes are surprisingly high. Precision is absolutely everything.
Now, this is where it all gets really serious. It's a dual submission system, one digital, one physical. And here's the kicker. They have to be identical. I don't mean similar, I mean identical. If there's any difference between the two, your grade is just gone. It's a pretty powerful lesson in consistency and accountability, isn't it?
So with that, we're going to shift gears a little bit, away from formatting and into something much more serious, the code of conduct. These are the high-stakes rules that govern deadlines, permissions, and the very integrity of your work.
Because in this whole system of intense precision and rules, there are some lines that you just do not cross.
And there it is, plain as day. Copying another student's report isn't just a minor mistake. It is considered the same level of offense as cheating on a final exam. That means formal disciplinary action. The message could not be more clear. Your work has to be your own, period.
This table just lays it all out, doesn't it? The consequences are so direct and so severe. You miss the deadline, your work won't even be graded. You copy a report, you're facing serious disciplinary action. Even something that sounds simple, like attending the wrong class section without written permission, is a hard no. It's a world of black and white, there's really no wiggle room here.
So, after going through all these intense rules, we get to the final section. What is the lesson in all these details? Why does any of this matter? What's the bigger purpose behind this whole incredibly rigorous process?
So really, what is the point of all this? This slide gets right to it. This whole ordeal isn't just about getting a grade. It's like a forge. This process builds real-world professional skills, an unwavering attention to detail, ironclad personal discipline, and unquestionable integrity.
It's about teaching the value of deliberate, focused work in an age where we're all so easily distracted.
And that leaves us with this final thought. In a world full of shortcuts, a world that's all about automating perfection, what essential skills are we at risk of losing? What happens to things like discipline, patience, and true craftsmanship? It's definitely something to think about.